Welcome back to the World Trade Webcast. I'm Greg Sandler, president of thinkglobal.com, the B2B network for global trade leads. Our guest today is Doug Bruhnke, founder of the Global Chamber and CEO of Growth Nation based in Scottsdale, Arizona. Doug, thanks again for joining us, and I guess today we're going to continue our discussion on the Global Chamber.
Thank you, Greg. Appreciate being here.
So you gave us a great overview yesterday. Let's talk today a little bit about how the Global Chamber is different from other organizations that are available in the United States and elsewhere around the world, and what need it will fill that isn't being met by other organizations, and in particular that isn't being met by the World Trade Centers, which in some ways seems to be the most similar.
One of the things that we've learned over the last 7 years is that there are plenty of resources, plenty of chambers, the World Trade Center, the governments at every level. Cities are coming to the fore. We've got various private organizations. So the basic end result, however, is that not enough companies are doing global business, and not enough of them are doing it very effectively. There's also this other personal thing that I've noticed over the years, because I've been doing international business for 27 years. My first trip was in January of 1987 to Seoul, Korea. And that changed my life. And over the next multiple years, I was a globie. I became a passionate global person at that time with the DuPont company for a couple decades. One of the things I noticed is I felt alone, even in a big multinational, that I was a freak of some sort, right? Everybody else was US focused to a large extent. So I had to seek out the freaks, the weirdos like me, who loved international business. And so one of the real things that I think is missing throughout this whole world of various resources is that community, that tribe of globies, to be engaged, to stay engaged. We also know, and one of the things that I fundamentally believe in, is that one of the reasons why companies fail internationally is they fail to stay engaged. So they have a plan, they have an idea, 3 months later something changes, but they don't have the right resources to make now the course correction, and they're off track. And it takes them, like I said yesterday, 15 years to do what took 5 or should take 5 years. So our goal going forward is, how do we find a way to keep these people engaged with the right resources at the right time? And those are some of the things missing that I think we can fill.
Makes sense. And talk a little bit more about sort of why now, and why are you the right person to lead this effort? I mean, certainly you've got tremendous expertise and you've tested the market, but what is it about sort of the confluence of your experience and where the market is today that makes now the time for this initiative?
Yeah, I think there's several things. As I mentioned yesterday, we've been doing this for 7 years in Arizona as a test bed. And one of the things that our collaborative approach has done is get a lot of positive vibrations in the community. So we've created a lot of karma, positive karma, through our approach, because we don't see any other organization as competitive. We see that, hey, we need to work together to get more people, 10 times more people. To get involved with global business. Let's not fight over people that are already involved with international business. Let's find ways to make their life easier, to make their journey a more productive journey. And so, in terms of my own, why Doug Bruhnke, right? I've worked in a big company. I had a couple decades with DuPont. I've lived overseas a couple times. I've traveled to over 50 countries. The last 13 years I've been focused in mainly on small and medium-sized companies. So I see the contrast, and have seen the contrast of what big companies go through, and living in and working with those companies, and small companies who have a different set of challenges. And so I think that experience, along with our last 7 years of helping this community be more effective, the business community and the collaborative community of ecosystem, if you will, the international ecosystem, that I think that combination of things, my own experience is quite unique, relative to what I've seen across the country, and hopefully it's going to be effective in making it easier for companies to get more involved in international business, help them be more successful, and allow people to have a global career if they want a global career.
Absolutely makes sense, and clearly you've got the requisite skill set to make this happen, and we're going to be excited to watch it unfold. That's all the time we have today, but we're going to continue this discussion tomorrow. For more information on the Global Chamber, please visit globalchamber.org, and please join us tomorrow as we continue our discussion with Doug. In the meantime, for our latest schedule of upcoming episodes, subscribe to us with any of the links below and bookmark this page. All of our previous webcasts can be found right here at thinkglobal.com/webcast. Doug, thanks for joining us, and we'll talk again tomorrow.
Thank you, Greg.